Commission meeting to order on this Thursday, May 7th, 2015. It is now 4:37. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after? Okay. We have a roll call on the commissioners.
Here.
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 Here, we have 4 present and 1 absent. Before we get started, I'm going to let Attorney Westland open up our bids. It's for number 9. He's just going to be opening them for now, and then when we get there. So, can you all signify by? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
Aye.
Okay.
And it looks like, Commissioners, you have, and this is on bids for asbestos abatement and demolition of 6355 Indianapolis Boulevard. It looks like you have 3 bids for demolition only, 3 bids for environmental abatement, 1 combination bid, and then, 2 combination bids, meaning that 2 of them, it looks like, are for both items. So, hopefully by the time you get down there and meet them, that'll be.
Yeah, just for the record, he's just opening them, and then when we get there, we will.
Announce the result.
Okay, number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Number 4, communications. Okay, number 5, our minutes.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the Hammond Redevelopment Commission minutes for April 7th, 2015.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the minutes for April 7th, 2015. Is there any questions or discussion or corrections on these minutes? Okay, then, roll call on the minutes.
Yes.
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 Yes. Minutes passed, 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 6, emergency program approval.
Commissioners, Ms. Brown, who lives at 1046 Eaton Street, she received an emergency loan regarding her furnace, as well as her buffalo box had to be replaced and a couple other plumbing issues in the amount of $8,525. Because it was an emergency, we went ahead and did the work, and we just needed to be approved now for the bills to be paid.
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the emergency program for Ms. Brown at 1046 Eaton Street.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the emergency program approval for Ms. Brown at 1046 Eaton Street. Is there any questions on this?
I have a quick question. What are the basic parameters to qualify for an emergency loan like that? I mean, is there, the one page here doesn't say, is it, I mean, what's the rate and term? What is the maximum? Understand emergency.
Right now, the basic guidelines are plumbing and electrical. If you have issues, such as that, we can definitely give you a loan to get those fixed because that is an emergency, We're looking at the program to see if we can add on some things. I know there's a lot of seniors and disabled people that have other issues, minor issues, and we're trying to see if we can fix that. I know one of the programs that we were looking at is the roof program. Right now, it's not considered as an emergency because Your roof doesn't become, like get a hole in overnight. It deteriorates over time. So we're looking into that program because there's a lot of people that are on the waiting list who really need assistance. So,
But like, is there a maximum loan? What's the payback period?
well,
or-
it all depends on what their need is. Right now, the maximum is about 10,000.
Okay. Rate and term, or does that also depend on the applicant, or is?
Yeah, I mean, each applicant has to go through the process, you know, with the income guidelines and things of that nature. And based on what the work that needs to be done, you know, that's basically what that is. That's through our emergency program. There's other parameters and everything with our other programs, but this one, it's really, if you need the assistance, we're gonna go in and help you fix it.
Do we put a lien against the house?
Yes.
Yes, we do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was just curious. Thank you.
Oh, and it's 3%, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, yes.
Okay. Can we then have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Caspergy,
Yes,
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hoppers.
Yes, motion carries, 4 yes, 1 absent. All right, number 7, subordination request approval for Patrick Kier at 6821 Wicker and Esteban Luganis at 7248 Ontario.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, what?
I think you're up.
They're just basically lowering their interest rate. Both of them right now have 5%, and they're going down to 3%. That's what it is for those subordination agreements. The banks are in first position, and we're in second. And let me see. One applicant received a facade loan back in 2002, and the other applicant received homebound program back in 2010. And actually, that's a 5-year forgivable loan, the homebound program, so they'll be up actually next month. So they won't have,
If they would've waited a month, they wouldn't have to come to subordination.
right.
Yeah, 'cause I was just saying, when I first looked at this, I'm like, this ain't, but I understand it now.
Okay.
are these numbers correct, Mr. Kerr? You have 10 years left or 120
Oh,
months?
no, I'm sorry, he's not Mr. Kerr.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He comes up next.
Somebody
I'm sorry.
addressed that. I apologize. Mr. Commissioner, or Mr. President, I'm sorry, I move we approve the subordination request approvals for Mr. Kerr and Mr. Lagunas. Sorry for the pronunciation.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on a subordination request approval for Mr. Kerr and Mr. Luganis. If there's no more questions on that, can we have a roll call?
Soto Presley, Caspergy,
Yes.
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Hoppers.
Yes, motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, I think you're on deck still, Ms. Miller.
Yes.
We have our homebound conditional forgivable loan approval.
Commissioners, the only applicant that's present today is Mr. Scardine.
What's his name?
Mr. Franklin Scardine, number 7.
Number 7.
Okay.
So my question would be, the other 8 applicants, if they are not approved today, will that affect them having?
They're closing.
Having closed?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
What we can do, because of probably the mix-up with the meetings, if you can approve it, then we can ask them to come to our next meeting.
Okay. I think that's what we should do.
I believe, excuse me, Greg, that we, Mr. Farrell, in the last meeting, did we approve him as a city employee or something? And, I assume he didn't close yet.
Yeah, there was,
We didn't pay the money, but I think it's his second time on the sheet.
yes, that's,
So I don't think we need to require him to come back
Okay,
if that's where we are.
I can find that out.
I don't think he was here though, but
I don't know that he was here, but
he wasn't, so.
I just figured it was 2 months ago that he already closed.
Our next meeting, if I'm not mistaken, will be on a Thursday, so all I suggested is, yeah, if they can make the next one, or when we get back on track on Tuesdays, so that gives them 2 chances to get here. That's not a whole lot to ask for. But,
And that's on the 28th?
The 21st?
Oh, the 21st. Okay, I'm sorry.
just to show their face and introduce themselves, and
Okay, so Mrs. Scardine is here now,
Yes.
and the other 8, we just need to. So, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve, the homebound conditional forgivable loan for Mr. Franklin Sardine and for the other 8 applicants with the provision that they attend one of the next 2 meetings.
I second.
very good. Can we have a roll call on that?
Soto Presley, Caspergy,
Yes.
Villegas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Stockbridge.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to ask my one question. How did you hear about the program? How was that?
My homelander,
Pardon?
my homelander. She referred me to Jennifer.
Oh, okay, Jennifer, okay. I have no other question.
Good luck to
Congratulations.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, then the motion passes 4 yes, 1 absent for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 1 applicant that is here and the other 8 also to come to one of the 2 meetings in the near future. Okay, Mr. Westland, we are all ears for number 9, the acceptance bids of the asbestos abatement demolition of 6355 Indianapolis Boulevard.
Bidders, and Mr. Blasky is here, bidders had the opportunity to bid this either for the asbestos abatement, the demolition, or a combination. You had 1 that bid a combination, 4 that bid the abatement only, and 3 that bid the demo only. So the 1 that bid the combination was, and I'll hand these to Mr. Blasky, so I'm reading them, was Beckstein Construction Corporation. Located out of Tinley Park. Their bid for the combination of the 2 was $155,700. Then on the 4 for environmental, there is Midwest Service Group out of Downers Grove, Illinois, bid $388,577. I'm sorry, 38,577.
38,000.
What did I say?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
For anyone.
I did vote it as 30.
That's for environmental only.
That's environmental, the next 4 are environmental.
Okay.
Next one for environmental only is NES Inc., located out of Mokina. I'm sorry. Yes, they are the environmental abatement only. They're located out of Mokina, Illinois. NES Inc., $55,825. Next one is Interstate Environmental Services. Valparaiso. $24,013. That was three of them, right? Not just.
I thought there might have been one. You got one more environmental?
Midwest Construction Services LLC, St. John, Indiana, $17,900. So those are the four environmental only. Midwest Construction Services. All right. Then we have three that did the demo only. One is J.M. Industrial Services, located in Hammond. $164,250. Contracting, Chicago, Indiana, $225,000. I'm sorry, there are only two. J.M. Industrial Services submitted two copies of the same thing. So they have the original and a copy. Right. So there are two, Acton and JM, on the demo.
For demo.
I would suggest, it's been our practice to refer this to staff for review and a report. And you can make an award probably at your next meeting, right?
Yes. I certainly agree with having, staff review and recommend. I'm just curious, why there's such a large discrepancy in the bids. Am I looking at something, overlooking it here, or, in some cases, 100% higher, like on the environmental?
Yeah, the environmental, it's how they look at it. Interstate and Midwest, the two lower bidding contractors, they're both based in Indiana. One in St. John and one in Portage. And then NES and Midwest Service Center are from Illinois. And perhaps they look at the Illinois rules, which are much more stringent. They cost a lot more money to do asbestos abatement work in Illinois than in Indiana. So perhaps that's the discrepancy. I haven't worked with the Midwest Service Group for $38,000, but I've worked with the other three, and I'm surprised NES was as high as it was. NES is usually very competitive in their bid.
But in answer to your question, that's the reason you give them some time to review them in detail, because there may be something in
I
line.
agree with that. I wouldn't want to, like I say, just in a quick look, it seems a pretty simple choice, quite honestly. But it's, again, I know we need more information.
Yeah, and then with the demolition, Acton, I quite honestly don't understand why they are so much higher than the rest, but Beckstein, which is Joe Masterson sitting there in the peach-colored shirt, and JM Wrecking, I've worked with both of them many times, many jobs in Hammond and elsewhere, and I would feel comfortable with their bid, the 155, 700, or 164. Beckstein, I will have to see who their environmental contractor is, because
and refer to staff.
I so move. Mr. President, I move we accept the bids as presented and refer to staff, you know, I guess on their timeline.
The word he's looking for is for review.
For review.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the acceptance of the bids for the asbestos abatement and demolition for 6355 Indianapolis Boulevard for staff for review. We have a roll call on that.
Councilor Presley, Castricki,
Yes.
Rivas,
Yes.
Myers,
Yes.
Stoneridge.
Yes, motion carries 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, thank you, Mr. Westland. Number 10, reports. Africa Tarver, do you have anything for us tonight?
Not too much. Just wanted to let the commissioners know we being the Department of Economic Development hosted our second business after hours last Friday from 4 until 11 at Merge, and it was quite successful. We had a lot of people from the business community come out. We partner with Merge, so therefore we had an art expedition going on as well, and proceeds from the sale of the artwork benefited Books, Brushes, and Bands for Education, which is a non-for-profit organization within the city of Hammond. That's all I have at this time.
Thank you. Ms. Miller, do you have anything?
I just need to back up a little bit. Our applicants actually just came in the door, all of them. So I told them that they were approved already, but if you want to ask any questions, they're here. Actually, Ms. Brown is also here. She received the emergency loan program.
Okay. Why don't we start with her, and then we'll do the...
You can come on up, Ms. Brown.
Thank you for coming, Ms. Brown.
Thank you.
You just want to introduce yourself here to the commissioners and... Are you okay with the program?
Yes.
Ms. Brown you had your furnace
Mm-hmm.
replaced and
Yes.
some plumbing work done?
Yes.
Did the work start yet or not yet?
Huh?
Is the work
Yeah.
started or scheduled to start yet?
Oh, they're finished with it.
Yeah.
They're finished, oh good.
Mhm.
So you have heat and you're comfortable now?
Yeah, I feel very comfortable.
That's good,
Yes,
congratulations.
yes, thank you.
And the water company can turn you off now if they want to.
No, I'm not gonna let them do that.
Buffalo Box 2 at my house, 4 years ago. Yeah, we're glad that you came out. We've already approved everything, but we're just happy to see a face, we can put a face with the person, and thank you for coming out, and hope
Yeah.
everything works out for you.
I do too, and thank you all very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Ms. Brown.
Thank you.
I hope you have peace with your home.
I hope so.
Okay, I guess
The home
better late than never. I'm glad the applicants showed up if they want to stand and come forward.
All right, Nicholas Farrell, I know many of you have worked with you. I am an employee of the City of Hammond Code Enforcement Department. I was born and raised in the City of Hammond. The property that me and my wife and my family are looking to purchase, we've rented for the last 4 years. I love the City of Hammond. I'm involved in not-for-profit youth baseball league. I've coached for the last 8 years, and I sit on their board of directors as the vice president. I'm very happy to be purchasing this home and very glad to be able to take the opportunity of this program that this city gives its homeowners. I think it's wonderful. It assists people who need that extra money, and it'll be put to good use. So I appreciate your consideration and approval of those funds. So thank you.
So how did you hear about the program, Mr. Farrell?
It was, through work, actually. I do perform the homebound inspections for many of the residents of the city of Hammond. So I've been through a lot of the properties that are receiving the funds. So that was primarily how I heard about it, and then, signed up and took the class. It was very informative. I think it's a good process that you guys have, the people go through to get informed about their home that otherwise they wouldn't know about as far as inspections and as well as the financial assistance. So.
Is your closing scheduled yet?
Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should be closing. So
Congratulations.
very close.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's see, we only gonna pick 2 other people to ask really quickly. Mr. Garcia, 6805 Bearing, how did you hear about the program?
I hear from the program for People's Bank. I tried to get a house over here in Hammond, and they tell me about the program. So I go to the class and everything, and I learn a lot in the class too. So that's how I learn here for the program.
And then Ms. Campbell, how did you hear about the program? Of course, the lone female, you.
Right.
I heard about it through Harris Bank.
Through Harris Bank. Okay. Well, we've already approved it. Is there anything anybody else want to ask any applicants?
This is everybody now? Now the list is now complete, everyone is now approved? Congratulations, all.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You may be excused. Okay, thank you, Ms. Miller. That concludes that on the homebound. Appreciate those applicants taking the time to come. Okay, number 11, bills.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the register of claims for April 14, 2015 through May 4th, 2015 for the Redevelopment Commission, beginning with claims dated, claim number R51819 through R51916.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the register of claims. Is there any questions or discussion on the bills? Okay, then, let's have a roll call on the bills, please.
Soto Presley, Castrady,
Yes.
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Alpert.
Yes, bills passed. 4 yes, 1 absent. Okay, number 12, new and unfinished business. Okay, number 13, public comment. If anyone wants to come forward and speak, you have 3 minutes. Okay, public comment closed. Number 14.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Can you all signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, meeting adjourned.